हर गुण गाओ सदा सुभाई मन चिंदे सगले फल पाओ जी के संग सहाई राव नारायण प्राण आधारा हम संत जनारे
Witness stand today, giving evidence in front of all those people, all those eyes watching you, all those people trying to work out, did he do it or didn't he?
A 16-year-old schoolboy who cannot be named for legal reasons is expected to take the stand. The growing influence of the internet on education could damage
What's that on your hand?
Well, that's a bruise.
What happened?
I hit someone.
Mum, that hit someone.
Who?
Mark Waters.
You hit Mark Waters?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Mum, you see I can't hit Sam.
So, why didn't you tell me?
I don't know. What is there to tell? It's done.
Who's Mark Waters?
Mind your own business.
So, when did this happen?
Well, I saw him in the lobby. I hit him. He tried to apologise. I told him I wasn't interested. And then we went our separate ways.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to tell them what happened and demand some kind of protection.
140 quid.
140 quid? That's a bit steep. She's a single mother. Couldn't you just this once make an exception?
No, he couldn't. Thanks.
Right. See ya.
Bye. You should get the courts to reimburse you.
Yeah, right. Do you know how much you get for doing this? 40 quid a week.
So why do you do it?
Why? Because they asked me. And because it's important.
Is it?
Yes, it's a trial. It's not something I'd expect you to understand.
You're still angry with me, innit?
No.
Marcia, I know I let you down. I'd like a second chance.
Fine now.
Oh, sure. You live alone with a 3-year-old kid, your windows get smashed, you get threatening phone calls. Why don't you let me take her home? To my place.
What do you think? You dress like a slag, you smoke like a chimney. I've got no idea what state your place is in, what men come and go. If you couldn't cope with me, if you gave me up for care, why the hell should I give you my daughter now?
Because you need me.
No, I don't.
Where? What package for you? Just somewhere there. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thanks. See you tonight.
Listen, Rose, about last night, you know, what I said, I didn't mean to put any pressure on you. I just want you to know how important you still are to me.
I know. Come on, Len, I'm going to be late.
Hello, Jenny, it's me. Yeah, look, I want you to cancel all my appointments today. Yeah. Something's come up.
My travel expenses are £4.40.
Hello, I'd
I
like to...
also have taxi fares. I wonder if...
Excuse me? I'd like to report 2 incidents of...
And if it could be paid...
Hello, I'm serving as a juror. I'm a single mum with a 3-year-old kid. I've had my windows smashed in, I've had threatening phone calls and hate mail. And I think my personal safety is more important than this lot going on about their poxy taxi fares.
I see. And you think you've experienced a genuine case of juror intimidation, do you?
What would you call it?
Right.
Thank you for bringing this to our attention. You sure you're going to be all right?
I think so. I've agreed to stay with my mother for the rest of the trial.
Good. I'm still obliged to ask you whether you're able to reach an impartial judgment based on the evidence.
Yes?
And whether you're able to keep this information from your fellow jurors.
Yes. I think so.
All right, thank you. You may go now. Right, George, you heard what you said. You're going to ask me to discharge the trial?
God, no. I've got a boy in custody. I want him out of there as soon as possible.
And I have a rather lucrative fraud brief starting in 3 weeks.
That'll be the cottage in Tuscany, will it, Gerald?
Make that villa, George. And I already have it.
All right, well, if you're happy for us to go on, I'll allow us to go on. But one more incident or any indication this juror's impartiality is compromised, I shut down the trial.
Right.
In the meantime, I shall have a word with CID. Right.
Thank you.
I call Dr. Emma McCrory.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Dr. McCrory, you work as a forensic pathologist, is that correct?
Correct.
In fact, you are one of the respected authorities in the field. Perhaps you could tell the court something about your qualifications.
Certainly. I teach forensic pathology at the University of Edinburgh. I've worked in the field for over 20 years, appearing for both the Crown and defence in over 100 criminal trials.
Now, is it true that in your capacity as a forensic pathologist, you performed an examination of the victim on the 15th of May?
Yes.
Perhaps you would tell the court of your findings.
Certainly. Firstly, I found that the victim, John Mayer, a Caucasian boy of 5 foot 8 inches in height, to be in good health prior to his death.
And the cause of death?
Cause of death was due to loss of blood to the heart and brain due to severed arteries. Death would have been almost immediate. I would agree with the findings of the paramedic at the scene of the crime. Estimated time of 9 a.m.
And the wounds are consistent with those that one might expect from a sword of this kind?
Oh, yes. The curved blade produces a quite distinct incision, which one can see on the neck wound, and also in the defense wounds.
The defense wounds?
Wounds inflicted on a person trying to defend himself, typically here and here. The shape of the incisions I again found to be consistent with a blade of this size.
Now, what else are you able to deduce from the nature of the wounds?
I can tell you that the blows came from a variety of angles.
Is that unusual?
Oh, yes, it is. In my experience, in attacks with a single weapon by a right-handed perpetrator, wounds would be inflicted from the right in a downward motion, as in axe chopping.
And these wounds?
Came from a variety of angles.
Mm-hmm. So what would that tell you?
Well, either that there was more than one perpetrator, or that the assailant was very adept and could move with great speed and strength from different angles.
In the manner of one trained in a martial art, perhaps?
That would certainly help to explain the dexterity.
Is there anything else you can tell us about the nature of the attack?
It was random and frenzied. I counted a total of 28 blows with the sword.
So that would suggest a vicious, resentful attack, would it not?
Well, my lord, this is speculation.
I agree. Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, Dr. McLean.
Dr. McCrory, I really must congratulate you that forensic pathology, among its many taxing demands, should also leave you qualified as an expert in Gatka.
I beg your pardon?
Well, you are an authority on Gatka, are you not? After all, you've just given evidence about it in Her Majesty's court, under oath.
I don't follow.
Gatka, Dr. McGlade. It's the name for the Sikh martial art of sword fighting. An art whose intricate moves and routines you are so obviously familiar with, since you have just seen fit to pass judgment on them. Under oath.
I simply said that the blows came from a variety of angles.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, maybe I'm just a little confused. So the pattern of these wounds could also be described as resulting from a random, frenzied attack.
Yes, I think it could.
Yes, one with no order or method, simply a great number of blows raining down, as you said, from a variety of angles.
Yes.
Very different, then, from a precise attack, from a skilled martial arts practitioner.
Yes, but the point is...
So you agree, then, that the attack was, most likely, a frenzied and wild assault?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, one last question. Is it fair to say that a number of the blows came from above?
Correct.
Now, I'm not a very athletic man, but presumably they'd be with a swinging overhead motion, something like that.
Yes.
Dr. McLean, have you held the sword?
Yes, I have.
It's very heavy, isn't it?
Yes, surprisingly heavy.
Yes. And these injuries, they would have been inflicted by the sword with some force.
Correct.
Requiring someone of considerable strength.
Or technique, yes.
Yes, but not someone with atrophied shoulder muscles, having suffered an injury rendering them incapable of completing an overhead swing.
No, unlikely.
Unlikely? or impossible?
Depending on the conditions, certainly unlikely.
Were you aware that the defendant had suffered an injury of this type?
No.
An injury inflicted by the victim himself?
No, I wasn't.
Well, on the 10th of January last year, the defendant's right shoulder was ripped out of its socket by the victim, rendering the defendant unable to play cricket and certainly unable to swing from overhead.
I wasn't aware of this.
Well, not to worry, Dr. McCrory. You can't be expected to know everything. Having unexpectedly brought us so much expert information on Gatka. Thank you. My lord.
My lord, that concludes the case for the prosecution.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Mr. Cording, the defence will begin its case after lunch.
Thank you, my lord.
Proper tables. You all right? Just, you seem a little tired.
Oh, yeah. Got to admit, this trial's quite an upheaval. It'd be okay if what you had at home was soothing, but if what you got at home is even harder.
You want to talk about it?
No. I want to forget, even if it's just for a few hours. Pretend that life doesn't exist.
You know, you're not the only one who wants to escape. I think it's something that all of us jurors have in common. Like, if you think about it, right, someone who's got a busy life and they're happy and fulfilled, well, they'd fight to get off, wouldn't they? I mean, just look how easy they make it. If you are pregnant, you're off. If you've got an interview, you're off. If you've got a holiday booked, or even like a letter from your employer, then you're off. My point is, if you're determined to get off, then you can. Which begs the question, if you're determined not to, what's going on?
You could just be a responsible citizen doing your duty.
Could be.
You could just be plain curious.
Or you could be bored, or lonely, or unfulfilled. And welcome something, anything that offers a change. Escape. Adventure. Rescue.
Is that you?
Yeah. Is that you?
Isabel!
Mind, I'll catch you up. Hello, Charles.
I'm sorry you found out the way you did.
Couldn't you have written?
What would I have said?
If you're thinking about me, don't. If you're saving a part of yourself for me, don't. Because I'm sleeping with your best friend.
Oh, you'd like it like that, wouldn't you? The great wronged Charles.
I think I'm entitled to some indignation.
What about me? How do you think it felt to be just left like that? And not for a woman? For God. How do you compete with that?
I needed to make sure, before committing myself to you, that I was doing the right thing.
Now that you're about to sign there, what are you doing? You're knocking on my door again just to make sure. Oh, look at you, Charles. Still as unsure as ever. You're stroking your chin, kicking a tire or two, just wondering how it will be.
That's not how it is.
Yes, it is. Only this time it's different. There's no choice left for you to make anymore. I've got to go. Goodbye.
Miss, could you tell the doctor I haven't got long?
Elsie?
Right, you went for the scans. Let's see how they went.
Could I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
I read today that all Sikhs wear a dagger under their shirt. Is it true?
As a matter of fact, yes. Most baptized Sikhs do. It's called a kirpan. Oh, don't worry. You're perfectly safe. I suppose you've been reading the newspapers. Suddenly everyone's writing about Sikhs. There are television crews outside our temples, journalists poring over our texts. Suddenly we're a hot topic.
For what it's worth, I think the boy's innocent.
Really? Based on what?
Instinct.
Very Sikh response. I only wish your opinion counted for something. Right, Mrs. Beamish, I'm afraid what I'm reading is not good news. Now it's my turn to ask a personal question. Do you have any next of kin? You married?
Widowed.
No children?
No. Yes. No.
No sisters, brothers? No one?
Why?
Right. The prosecution's case is finished. Now it's our turn. Right, you remember we went through this. Just take it nice and slow. This is your opportunity to tell us what happened. Head up, listen carefully to the questions. Just focus on my eyes and block out everything else. And don't forget to speak up so the jury can hear you. I know what you think, but they need to know. And try to relax. Listen, I've been in hundreds of courtrooms, and I've got a pretty good idea when juries are sympathetic. And this jury likes you. Any questions?
Yeah. How are we doing?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Well, from where I'm sitting, it feels like we lost already.
Well, we haven't. I want you to be quite clear about that. We've just had the prosecution's case so far, so it's always going to seem a little one-sided.
But what have we got for our case?
Plenty.
Like what?
Well, for a start, the truth. Your evidence this afternoon, which I am certain will sway the jurors in our favour. But the big rabbit in the hat is our lady jogger.
Who?
Well, we've discovered there was another crime on the heath that morning. A vicious assault on a lady jogger, a lady called...
Maria de Silva.
Maria de Silva. Whoever did it got away. But the following day, a man called Thomas Haynes was arrested only a mile away for another assault. Now, I know it's a long shot, but if we can prove that Haynes was on the heath at the same time as the murder took place and the police never investigated it, then...
When will we know?
Well, your solicitor's taken her to make an identification. Right about now.
Of course, a patient like Haynes should never have been on the streets in the first place, but that's the problem we face with the Mental Health Act. We don't have the answer, the politicians don't have the answer, so the problem doesn't go away. Here you are. Thomas Haynes.
Take your time, Mr. Silver. This is important.
That's him.
You sure?
No question. Don't forget a face like that.
And you'd get up in court and say as much?
Can't. Can't.
Mr. Silver! Mr. Silver!
My lord, I call the defendant.
Murderer.
Murderer. All right, boys, come on.
I swear by our Guru Nanak, the founder of the Sikh religion.
I swear by our Guru Nanak, the founder of the Sikh religion.
That the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
That the evidence that I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Can you give your full name to the court, please?
Devinder Singh. Devinder Singh.
Devinder, are you all right?
Yeah.
Try to relax, just concentrate on my questions. And I'm going to ask you to speak up a little.
Okay.
Can you confirm your age?
16 years, 4 months.
And your address?
241 Bonham Road.
And how long have you lived there?
About 5 years.
Who do you live there with?
My father and my mother.
Do you have any brothers, sisters? Devinder, for the sake of the court records, you must answer with the words yes or no.
No.
And you go to school in the area?
Yes.
What is the name of your school?
St. Thomas's.
Yeah, good school with a good reputation. And very difficult to get into, I believe.
Yeah.
But you not only got in as a scholar.
Yeah.
Yes, congratulations. So I'm sure you were very happy there.
No.
No? Why not?
Because I was bullied.
Bullied? Are you sure, Devinder? That's a very inflammatory term. Let's be quite certain we're using it correctly. A victim of bullying is a defenseless recipient of unprovoked, unsolicited cruelty. Is that how you would describe yourself?
I guess.
And when did this bullying start?
Not long after I arrived.
5 years ago. And who was it who was doing this bullying?
My classmates.
What, all of them?
No.
Well, it's all right. You can mention their names.
Robert Hunter, Tom Cottrell, and John Mahia.
The victim?
Yeah. He was the worst.
What did he do?
Lots of things.
Well, can you give us any details?
Call me names.
What sort of names?
Ragged, Packy, Curry Breath, them sort of names.
So was it just names he called you?
No. Sometimes he hit me.
He hit you? With what?
His fist. Another time they stubbed a cigarette on my arm. Another time they all held me down and pulled my arm out of his socket.
Why on earth did they do that?
So I couldn't play cricket anymore. Another time, they all held me down and smeared.
Smeared what, Devinder?
I can't.
No, it's all right. You take your time.
Dog shit on my hair.
Did I hear correctly? Dog feces? Did you tell anyone about this?
No.
Not your teachers?
No.
Not your parents?
No.
Well, do you think they were aware of this?
I don't know, maybe.
Why maybe, Devinder? Devinder? Why?
My behaviour. It changed.
In what way? Can you give us an example?
My results in school, they got worse. And I started to get asthma.
Anything else?
I was wetting my bed.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Wetting my bed.
It's all right, Devinder. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You've suffered a grotesque and traumatic sequence of bullying, both physical and emotional. So how did you feel towards these people who were doing this to you?
Angry.
How angry?
Very angry.
So angry that you were prepared to go to any length to stop them?
Yes.
Prepared to exact the ultimate revenge?
Yes.
Devinder, you realize there are people here who believe that you did exact that revenge.
Yeah.
People who think that on the 15th of May, you killed John Mayer in cold blood.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't. Liar.
So, what would you say to these people to help them believe you?
That morning, I woke up and I was so angry, I was like crazy. All I could think about was...
All right, take your time.
I went to the heath and I was waiting there for him. I don't know, all of a sudden I just felt that what I was doing was wrong.
So what did you do?
I threw the sword away.
In which direction?
It was with my left hand, so to the left.
To the left. So, if you were standing here, that means in a different place to where it was finally found.
Yeah.
Then what did you do?
Then I turned and ran away.
Walked or ran?
Ran as fast as I could.
Why, Devinder? Why run when you had nothing to hide?
I don't know. I just wanted to get away from it.
You wanted to put all memory of this experience behind you.
Exactly.
So where did you run to?
I ran off. Down the street, onto the main streets, then in the direction of the canals.
That would be the Stonehouse Canals.
Yeah.
A popular meeting place for pupils from St. Thomas's, I believe. And what did you do then?
Took off my school uniform, put it into a rucksack with a few stones to weigh it down. Then I chucked it into the canal. After that, I took my turban off and got my hair cut.
Why?
Guess because it caused me so much pain.
The school uniform. Because it reminded you of a place where you had been bullied. The hair and the turban. Because they were what you had been bullied for. You wanted to put them behind you.
Yeah.
You had seen how close they had taken you to the edge. And you wanted to get rid of them. Forever.
Exactly.
Do you regret it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because in doing so, I lost the only piece of evidence that would have prevented me standing here today.
Evidence which would have proved there was no blood on the shirt.
Exactly.
Finally, Devinder, I am obliged to ask you. Did you kill John Mayer on the 15th of May?
No. I did not.
Liar! Bastard! Thank you.
Mr. Lewis, it's been a long day. I suggest you begin your cross-examination tomorrow morning.
Thank you, my lord.
All rise!
Wait. Now, listen.
Back off.
I've been thinking. Those things that you told me, I just feel awful. Your boy with asthma, the beautiful house, losing your job.
I'm serious, Mark. Back off.
Well, I know you may find it hard to believe, but I think I can help you.
What?
Well, you probably think it's crazy, but I think I know a way of getting the whole lot back.
Get away from me now, Mark. Otherwise, I swear to God, this time I won't stop hitting you.
Okay, I know you're angry, and I don't need an answer right away, but please, just give me a call. That's all I ask. My trial is over, and I want to help you. We were friends once, remember?
Oh, there were cameras there all day, you know. Great. Isn't this perfect? Mm-hmm. Good food.
Would you leave it alone?
I'm having that. Give that. My best girl by my side. And for once. Just
no
once.
sign of the in-laws.
Oh, no. No.
Shalom. Us again.
Shit.
See? You're going soft.
No.
Listen to you.
No, you weren't there. You didn't hear his voice. It was just something how small and how frightened it was. It was something in the fear behind his eyes. You know, there was something in the ordeal he'd had at the hands of those kids.
See how much of your response is emotional? Nothing you've told us bears any direct relation to the evidence. You're just moved by the defendant's pain.
Well, is that a bad thing?
Well, depending on your view, it's either the best or the worst thing about jury service. Would you sooner have 3 trial-hardened magistrates examining the case entirely from the perspective of the evidence? Or would you prefer jurors with their instinct and intuition?
Well, instinct and intuition are important things, aren't they?
Are they?
The man who shoots the violent intruder in his house, the woman who stabs to death the husband who's beaten her over many years. Now, both of those would be guilty in the eyes of the law, but most jurors would acquit them. I'm a great believer in juries.
And I'm a great believer in hard evidence. Like this school uniform. All this talk about spiritual epiphanies and changing his mind, or blood-red ties, or blood-stained shirts. All that would be cleared up in a flash if we could just find this uniform.
This is nice. Something smells good.
It's the pudding.
No, it's not the food. It's you. I never smelled that before.
It's new. I thought I'd make a special effort. Look, since this jury thing, I've been a bit... Well, how'd you say it?
Well, you've been a bit distant, but it's understandable. You've got a lot on.
Yeah, maybe. But let's talk about you. What's going on? We haven't caught up in ages.
What do you mean, what's going on?
Well, work, for example.
Work?
Well, I called the office today. You weren't there. See, I don't even know what you're doing at work.
I was in the field.
In the field? Len, talk to me in English.
Surveillance.
Surveillance. Nasty, sneaking, snipping. I hate it when you do that.
Rose, I don't have much choice.
Oh, I know, I'm sorry. Tell me about it.
No, it's just corporate stuff, you know, the usual.
I'm interested.
Okay. Last few days I've been working on a case where a certain individual, and I can't really say any more than that, has aroused suspicion, and their people felt like checking him out.
Of what?
Signs, I suppose, evidence.
Of what?
Of betrayal.
This individual, is it a woman or a man?
It's a woman.
What's she accused of?
We don't know yet, but she's been offering herself in the marketplace and seeing what else is available.
Is that a crime?
I don't think her people are too thrilled about it.
Oh, they'd be silly to panic about it. Well, maybe she isn't available.
How do you mean?
Well, everyone gets itchy feet from time to time. It's only human.
Is it?
People like to see what's on offer. Doesn't mean they're going to take it. It's only when they see the opposition they often realise how lucky they got it.
It's pretty faithless, don't you think, though, to need to do it?
It's pretty faithless to check her out in the first place. Oh, butter.
It's been quite an evening. Thank you, darling, for having us. You don't mind us barging in on you all the time like this?
No, it's fine. I'm excited those two finally talking to each other.
He just must have been lucky, or else he found a secluded spot.
In answer to my other question, How come the uniform was never found?
We said he filled his rucksack with stones, so it would have sunk to the bottom. Now, I'm sure they tried trawling the bottom, but the only way they're really going to find it is if they drain the whole canal. That is never going to happen.
Oh, yes. Well, maybe you're right.
And maybe you're getting tired.
That's definitely true.
Drive safely.
Good God!